This is a main thing that we have to talk about. Say we have to talk about it.
We have to talk about it.
Because it is important. I believe it's Matthew chapter 24, verse 12, where Mashiach said, that in the last days, iniquity, say iniquity.
Iniquity.
And we know iniquity means lawlessness. Iniquity will, it'll be, if I'm not, it says iniquity shall abound, because the love of many shall wax cold. It's important to have this aspect in our lives. The title I want to come from today is Love Over Fringes. Say love over fringes.
Love over fringes.
You know, now I'm not knocking nobody. I'm laying my fringes, right? But this is a saying that I took for, if you ever heard the term Yah over money, right? Money is not a bad thing, but you got to make sure you put Yah first. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Love over fringes. Just like money ain't a bad thing, fringes is definitely not a bad thing. But we have to make sure that we are putting on love. Look at somebody and say love.
Love.
Love before we dress ourselves with our fringes. Got a little subtitle that says putting on love. Make sure you wear it well.
That's right.
Because this is part of the Exodus. This is a major key of the two sticks coming together.
That's right.
There's no way Judah and Israel can come together if Judah can't come together.
That's it.
There's no way Judah and Israel can come together if Israel can't come together. But we must unite. I mean, we can see 400 years is almost up. While we're excited, they are very scared. Look, somebody say they scared.
They scared.
Boy, they scared. You know why they scared? Because they didn't think they was going to live to see this point. 400 years ago, we came through Virginia. They're like, man, that's 400 years from now, man. We ain't worried about that, Jeff. Man, let's do whatever we going to do with it. That's 400 years from now. Now they're here. They don't know what to do. Because they know Joel 3 is about to come to pass, where Mashiach is coming back for reparations. Look, somebody say reparations.
Reparations.
No, the government ain't going to give you reparations. It's not going to happen. Why? Because then you'll give the government credit.
That's right.
The Most High wants the credit, just like he wanted the credit when he brought them out of Egypt.
Say that.
Because the Most High, as I always say, he could have just killed Pharaoh and Moses was the next in line to become Pharaoh. He didn't want to do it like that. Because if he did it like that, we'd have knew the story and Moses set the people free. But now we know the story in Yah. Let somebody say Yah. Yah set the people free. Because Yah wants the credit.
That's it.
So, let's build on it. Love over fringes. Putting on love. Make sure you are wearing it well. So, let's lay a foundation. I like to always build a foundation when it comes to teaching. And please understand, I'm maybe up here teaching, but I can also learn something from you. Look, somebody say, you can learn something from you. Iron sharpens iron.
Hallelujah.
I'm not here just to teach, I'm also here to learn. Right?
Hallelujah.
Remember Mashiach, he didn't just teach all the time. The lady came to him.
That's right.
She asked, hey, can you heal my daughter? He's like, man, food's to give to the kids, not to the dogs. She was like, yeah, but even the dogs used to come that fall from the children's table. The Bible say Mashiach marveled at that. There's only 2 times in scriptures where Mashiach marveled. He marveled at the faith of a Gentile and the doubt and unbelief of Israel. That was only 2 times he ever marveled. Let's go. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 through 5. It says, hear, O Israel, Yahuwah, our Elohim, is one. Look, somebody say one.
One.
Not 3.
One.
Not 2.
One.
One. Look, somebody say one.
One.
And thou shalt love. Look, somebody say love.
Love.
Love Yahuwah, thy Elohim, with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. We know verse 4. We say that all the time. But verse 5 is also important.
That's right.
Let's keep building, laying the foundation. Leviticus chapter 19, verses 17 through 18. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love. Look, somebody say love. Love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahuwah. Now we see this in the Torah. So that means when Mashiach said it in Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, it wasn't a new commandment. It wasn't new.
It's the same. It's the same. Hallelujah.
It was the same. He was teaching from the Torah. So that whole thing of Mashiach come to do away with the law is foolishness. Say foolishness. Let's keep building. Laying this foundation. We call this the love chapter. Say the love chapter.
Love chapter.
1 Corinthians chapter 13. This is Paul speaking.
That's right.
Now, you know, some people got a problem with Paul.
I don't know why.
Wait, I don't know why either. Because you got both sides lying on him.
He knew the law.
He knew the law. Study at the law.
Yeah, from his
The
youth.
foot of Gebel.
That's right. Hallelujah.
Christians lie on Paul.
All the time. All the time.
Say that he preached that the law was done away with.
That's the
You know, you can take him to Acts 21, just have him read that. Because Paul was facing that same type of stuff back in the day. They came to Paul like, man, listen, man, we heard you out here telling people, you know, not to keep the law of Moses. Paul was like, man, whoever said that, they lying. They was like, oh yeah, we'll prove it. We got 4 men. They're going to take a vow. Go do it. Bible says he followed him in the temple, and he said to prove that he keepeth the law. Look, somebody say he kept the law.
He kept the law.
Then we have many brews that lie on Paul and don't accept Paul. Why? Because they don't have a understanding. Say an understanding.
Understanding.
They say they follow Torah, but if they really do, they will have a proper understanding of Paul, because Paul never preached against
That's right.
Torah. He actually embraced Torah. Majority of his writings through Romans, through the Corinthians, it's all Torah lit. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Though I speak of tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity or love, I am become a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal.
That's right.
And though I have the gift of prophecy, here's he talking about the gift, and understand all the mysteries and all the knowledge, and though I have all of the faith, so that I can remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not love or charity, it profited me nothing.
That's right.
Charity suffers long. It is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself. It is not puffed up. It doeth not behave itself unseemly. Say unseemly.
Unseemly.
See, that's why love is an action. Love is not love until it's given away.
That's right. Say that.
You can say you love all day, but if you don't show love, then you cannot prove
That's right.
love.
Say that, Aki.
Doeth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own. When I talk to married people, I always tell them there's a difference between love and lust. Lust is about self.
That's it.
I, me. How can you please me? But love thinketh not of his own. It thinks about how can I better help my wife? What can I do for my wife? How is it going to benefit my wife? Because see, if we're loving one another, I don't have to worry about myself because she's going to take care of me and I'm going to take care of her. That's love. Look, somebody say that's love.
That's love.
It's not easily provoked. Oh, pray for me for that. Because I get easily provoked sometimes, right? I know, I'm from New York, so it's, somebody cut me off, man. Now, I don't cuss now, but I may lay on the horn just a little extra. And I don't know how they do in Dallas, but in Houston, and they don't really use the horn in Houston. Unless you get, closer to the city, but the area I live, you honk the horn and they act like you're going to add a new accessory to the car. Like, what was that? Like, man, it's a horn. That means get out of the way. And the Most High, just pray with me, because I do get in the flesh at the time when, folks can't drive. This is the fast lane right here. If you want to drive slow, get to the right.
That's it. Say that.
That's just me, just pray.
I'm right along with you. Do it all.
It's not easily provoked. You think it's no evil. Rejoice it not in iniquity. So that is a question for the church. Because iniquity means lawlessness. They rejoice in not keeping the law. So if you rejoice in not keeping the law, you have not love. Look, somebody say, you ain't got love.
You ain't got love.
Because that's what the Bible says.
That's right. The show said it.
It says it rejoices not in iniquity, but rejoices in what? The truth. And we know the precept of truth you can find is law.
That's right, it is.
See, that what Paul's talking about the law right there.
Say that.
It beareth all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endureth all things, charity never faileth. But whether there be prophecies, they shall fail.
That's right.
Whether there be tongues, they shall cease.
That's it.
Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part and we prophesy in part, but when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child, understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, say amen.
Amen.
So I began to have no man voice. I did a message some time ago called Man U Factor, explaining the importance of a man being in a home.
That's right.
This is very dangerous for the man to not be in a home, but it's even more dangerous for the man to be in a home but not be in a home. He's there physically, but he's not there emotionally for his child.
That's it.
As a man, we should always hug our children. Say hug them. Love them. Speak into their life.
That's right.
Because they get validation from you.
That's it.
I don't care. My oldest son, he's 10. He went off to middle school. He's getting out of the car. Telling me, man, ain't nothing changed, bro. Come over here and give me some love.
That's right.
I don't care who looking. Ain't nothing wrong with me.
That's right. Yeah.
But if you trying to get out the car without giving me some love, I'm going to honk the horn and I'm going to come inside the school and get some love. Because it's important for us men to show our sons especially the right way to love.
Right.
Because homosexuality is trying to show them the wrong way a man supposed to love them.
Say that, Keith.
So it's important for us to show them the right way. This is the way a man's supposed to love you. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Okay, we going. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know even as also I am known. Now abideth faith, hope, charity. These three. But the greatest of these is love. Love is a very important key. Let's keep building. Let's keep laying this foundation. Sometimes it takes time to lay foundation.
That's right.
You just can't go out there and just slap some cement down. Because if it's unbalanced, no matter how beautiful the house is, your house is going to fall. Mashiach gave the example. He said, it was a wise man and a foolish man. built his house upon a rock, right? What happened with the foolish man? His house fell because it wasn't found on solid foundation. Wise man built his house upon a solid foundation, upon the rock. Say the rock.
Rocks.
So we just laying a foundation. We're going to get into it. Colossians chapter 3, verses 5 through 14. This is the main scripture we're going to come out of. We're going to come out of the other ones also. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth. Mortify. Say mortify.
Mortify.
Anybody knows what mortify means? Anybody besides the more age? Mortify. Anybody? I'm dealing with that. Right. Killing. Say killing. Or crucifying. Killing. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth. That's what the fast is about. Some people be fasting for a new car. You will not get a new car for fasting. Because fasting has nothing to do with the new car. Now, if you're in need of a car, the Bible says the Most High shall supply all your needs according to his riches and glory. But fasting is about killing this earth suit. Say this earth suit.
Earth suit.
Because we could be so in tune into the physical world, we forget about the spiritual battle. Fasting helps you kill this flesh and helps you hear the Most High's voice more clearly. So that's why you're able to make decisions more clearly, better decisions, because you hear the voice of the Most High. If you don't fast in a long time, the Most High voice sounds like this. Down voice sounds like this. Yo, you see that over there? Yeah, that's crazy, right? Go on over there. You see how he just cut you off? You should stop. See? No.
That's it. That voice will pop out real quick.
But go ahead and fast. Just fast with just water, just for one day. I'm going to tell you, I don't care what anybody do to you. You ain't going to have the strength to want to argue. You're like, listen, bro, I am too hungry to be arguing.
Be humble, boy. You'll be humble. You're right.
You got it.
Straight humble.
Go ahead, you got it.
That's no lie, man. You be humble. Say that.
I'm hungry. Besides, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
Come on, don't act, don't be so spiritual. You don't be hungry. You be hungry. You have to change the channel like commercial. Come on. Right?
Get some strength, yeah.
But what the fasting is doing is killing that flesh. It's killing that anger so it don't rise up when somebody cuts you off. So you don't have the strength to do it. And the Most High's voice sounds like this. And the wrong voice sounds. That's why another key to fasting is when you're fasting, you got to delete voices out of your life. Voices can be Facebook. Sometimes you got to cut it off. You don't got to delete it, but just cut it off for some time. Because there's too many voices. Sometimes you got to just cut the phone off. This time I fast, I tell people, hey, I got to go through my wife.
That's it.
Because I got to subtract the voices in order to hear the Most High voice more clearly.
That's right.
If we're in this room, there's 100 people in, they don't even have to be talking loud. But it's going to be very hard to hear that person right next to me because of all the voices in here. But if me and that poor person goes outside where there's only me and their voice, I can hear their voice more clearly. Right. Why? Because I subtracted the other voices out of my ear. Same thing when it comes to fasting. I'm not saying you got to do it every time, but sometimes you may just have to cut music off, cut radio off, and just listen to the word. Because it helps you to understand and hear the Most High's voice with clarity. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right, y'all like, come on, man. That's it. All right, which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil consumption, covetousness, which is idolatry, for which things the sake of the wrath of Yah cometh upon the children of disobedience, in which he also walked sometime. Looks like you walk sometime.
You walk sometime.
You was like that sometime. You ain't always been where you at.
That's right.
Right? That's why you gotta be patient. Look at somebody say patient.
Patient.
Gotta be patient with people. Folks just got out of church yesterday. You told me you gotta burn everything up. Yo, bro, you can't go to church no more on Sunday, bro. You know the truth now. You was going Sunday and coming to Shabbat on Saturday when you start. But you trying to make them go. Patient. Let somebody say patient.
Patience.
The word is going to win them over.
Hallelujah.
I don't care how hard you squeeze a gun. It's not going to make the bullet go through no mini arm. The gun is going to do the work. Isaiah, I believe, 55, chapter 10 and 11, it said, my word will not return unto me void, but it will accomplish what I sent it to accomplish, as the rain leaves the clouds and waters the earth. It will do what I sent it to do.
That's it.
All you have to do is speak the word. Somebody say, speak the word.
Speak the word.
But now, ye also put off. Let somebody say, put off.
Put off.
That's the key 2 words we're going to deal with today. Put off all. Or you would say some.
All.
Just a few.
All.
Put off all these. Anger,
That's it.
wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. So that means you don't need to be cursing. Oh man, I ain't trying to read nobody now. I'm just saying what the word says.
Speak the word.
Because there's no way you can convince me we don't be cursing in the kingdom. And we are supposed to be getting prepared for the
kingdom.
Come on, man. I mean, it's in quiet now. Come on.
Say that.
The kingdom. I tell myself the same thing. I had to walk through that deliverance. Now, I don't need to be doing this because I got to think, will I be saying this in front of Mashiach if he was just sitting right here on the throne? No. But some of us have more respect for our fellow brother than we do the Most High.
That's it.
Because there's certain people you won't curse around, but in the presence of the Most High, you will. There's certain people you won't gossip around. That's filthy communication. But when the Most High, you're in the Most High's presence, you will talk about your brother. You got to delete it from your mouth.
That's it.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Lie not to one another.
That's right.
One thing I talked to my ops about in Houston is making sure we keep our word.
That's it.
Your word is important.
That's right.
If I say I'm going to be there, I want to be there. Because it's very important, because that's teaching Israel to depend on one another. I can depend on this op because he said he's going to be there. I can trust this op because he said he's going to do this. I don't have to second guess it, because if he said he's going to do it, then that's the way he's going to do it. We have to delete the American mindset. We don't need paper for everything. No, you have to learn to trust each other's word. Because I know that whole paper contract stuff didn't start to exist until America came about. Because what they had was covenants. Say covenants. And if you gave me your word you was going to do something, then that's what happened. That's why the Indians was looking at these Europeans funny. He's like, hold on, bro. That said y'all was going to do this. But they lied. Did somebody say they lied?
They lied.
Not all Europeans, but
The nation.
nation. Right, good word. Lie not to one another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge, after the image of him that created him, where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, Sidonian, bond or free, but Mashiach is all in all. Now, that is not saying, which I know y'all know, but it's just for video purposes. You know, you're going to have some Christians right about that. Alright?
That's right.
I got one person for every video you should repurpose put on. They always put a thumbs down. They don't even listen to the video. As soon as I upload, thumbs up. I say, well, most I just bless me. Expose them too. I want to know what it is. Right? Expose them. Everybody out is one of the members here. Thumbs down. Right? 1 minute upload. It's a whole 40-minute video, bro. You ain't listen to it that fast. Come on. So, well, man, okay, lie not to one another, seeing that ye have put off the old man, and have put on, say put on.
Put on.
Put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him, whether there's Greek or Jew. That's where I was at. Just because it says neither Greek or Jew does not mean that everybody is equal.
That's it.
I always say the biggest regrets and mistakes of our people was the civil rights movement. Yes. You know why? Because it taught us, instead of fighting for inclusion, we should have fought for independence. Why am I fighting to eat at this restaurant, bro? Because if I can eat here, you're going to spend my food. I'm not going to eat here. You don't want me here? Deuces. I'm not about to sit at the counter. Now, I appreciate our ancestors for doing that. Don't get it twisted. But, we probably should have went another route. Even Martin Luther King started thinking, I'm afraid I have integrated my people into a burning house. That was Martin Luther King's words. So instead of fighting for inclusion, we should have fought for independence. Why am I fighting to be in your schools when you're going to lie to me about my history? When I can go to my own schools and learn about my people from my people. Civil rights taught men to be soft. Because we were yelling nonviolence while the dogs were sicking on our women.
That's right.
And then our women, wrong thinker, our women secretly grew a secret hatred for us. Because no other nation does that. If a woman is disrespected, that man will stand up in that nation. But we were so nonviolent. You get busted in the head with a rock. Nonviolent. Nah, bro. Give me this rock. Come on.
Bust me on my cheek, we don't have a problem.
The civil rights messed us up.
I might hit you in the head.
And then we became the offensive line to every movement. We blocked while everybody else scored. Ain't no offensive lineman get interviewed after no football game. Hey, bro, so how did you make that block? Man, watch out. Yo, you scored. Here, come here. Not understanding if it wasn't for the line, they wouldn't score.
That's it.
That's why every movement, when they want something done, they go get a black face.
Jay-Z.
Good? Yes, sir. Talk about it.
Yep.
And here's the thing, Ox, and I'm not going to be on that long. I know we getting to it. But we can't beat our women up for going to the Asians and getting ahead if we going to sit and watch the NFL. I know.
Nah, hey, man, tell the truth. Tell the truth,
I know.
Tell the truth, you in good shape.
I know Maury gonna fight me back.
No, you can't. He gonna make sense.
Now you're getting out of pocket. Stick to the bike. The NFL don't respect us as men.
That's right.
I'm a big NFL watcher. And I'm not saying it's prideful, and I'm not beating you down if you do. But just think about it. My oldest, he's like, man, Dad, when you gonna be able to watch the NFL again? I said, I don't know. Probably never. Because I'm not gonna sit here and be entertained by a person that don't respect me.
That's it. That's it.
That's just my opinion.
You're right.
Because here's a man that put his life on the line, his career on the line, took a knee so he can bring attention to what's happening to us.
That's it.
And then we can last 2 weeks without a football game.
That's it.
And then we crying about our people, nobody wants to fight for. They don't want to fight for you because you ain't helping them when they take a knee.
That's it.
Now I'm a support captain because he supported our people when it was that time. He didn't have to do that.
He showed it.
I remember LeBron, Wade, and Melo, they stood at the ESPYs, but guess what? They had to ask permission to do that. He asked no permission.
Shoot, Jordan building jails. What you talking about?
Getting Jordan building jail.
That's right.
So I'm not going to entertain that bill if you don't respect me as a man. So, you tell your wife, don't you go to the Asian, then we're respecting you. Now she gonna like, won't you watch that football game?
Facts.
I don't go home till she goes to the Asians now. You go now. I pray about it. No. Alright, there you go. So, put on therefore as the elect of Elohim, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long suffering.
That's it.
Now, I meant to say up here at the top, when it says neither Greek or Jew, that does not mean that we're all equal. Right? Because when John 3:16, when he say, for y'all so love the world, he gonna talk about the whole world.
Sure wasn't talking about no cosmos.
I ain't gonna go into that. I got a message on that. That's, yeah, I think the message was called, baby, who in the world is he talking to? Something like that.
I call it deception.
Because all Mashiach was quoting was a verse from Isaiah.
That's it.
Because Israel was called a world.
That's it.
And the Most High valued them over all nations.
That's it.
Man, that sounds like a prejudice of call it what you want. That's what it was.
He was a separatist. That's what you call it, just separated.
Forbearing one another and forgiving. Say forgiving. Always say unforgiveness is like drinking poison and waiting for somebody else to die. It only affects you. The person that you don't forgive controls you. Because if they had a certain event, guess what? I ain't going. I can laugh and joke with everybody here. The one person walking in the room, my whole countenance changes. They control where I go. They control how I feel. The person you don't forgive controls you.
Hallelujah.
And one of the issues with Israel is that we have a lot of unforgiveness.
You're right.
Not just amongst each other,
Yeah, you
even
right.
things that happened in the past.
Hey, so they hold on to it.
A lot of people have unforgiveness towards their fathers
Yeah.
because dad wasn't there. But we don't talk about the commandments. One of the commandments is honor your father.
Yes. Ooh.
My father wasn't there.
Bring it back.
Father was in and out of jail.
Man.
Even to this day, he calls me here and there. I love him. And guess what? When he calls, I give him the utmost respect.
Same.
Now before, I'm like, man, but once I started to see, listen, this is a commandment. Not only is it a commandment, it's a commandment with a promise.
Hallelujah.
Because he said if you honor, it only say mothers.
That's
Life.
That's a
Life.
covenant for life.
Life.
He said if you honor your mother and your father, you will have long days on the
On
land.
his land. That's right.
But there's a flip side to that. Because there's a reason why there's a lot of graveyards filled with young kids. Because they don't honor
That's it.
their mother and father. Not every kid is out there that's dead, but majority.
That's it.
Because just like it's a promise, there is a curse.
That's it.
I always tell my son, listen, man, every day you disobey, you're destroying your life.
That's it. Woo.
One day off. You want to have it back? Obey your mom. I'm telling you. That's what the Bible says.
That's it.
My son's like, man, I got to obey them, but I can't lose this day.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Let's go, verse 14. And above, say above all things.
Above
Above all things,
Put on what?
love.
Love, charity, which is the bond. Say the bond.
Bond.
The bond of perfection.
That's it.
Now we just did some spiritual exercise.
That's just her.
We just laid the foundation.
Hallelujah.
Build on the foundation. There are some things that love is. There's also some things that love is not.
Not.
A lot of people paint the Most High as loving, gay milk hug from heaven, Elohim. That's just, oh, he just loves you no matter you alive. Somebody say, you alive, man. I'm lying to the people.
Hey, truth not in them.
Because the Most High don't love everybody. Oh, because he said he hates some people
That's
too.
it.
I hate hands that shed innocent blood.
Ask that first and second generation.
I hate the lying tongue. He hates. Because if he is love, he must hate. There gotta be some things he hates. He said he hated Esau.
Yes.
We ain't just only talking about the white man, did he?
Solely birth.
Because guess what? There's going to be some white people that exit out with us, and there's going to be some of us crazy Israelite Negroes that be left right here.
That's
Because they so in love with Egypt. Do you not know
Dayton and Core.
all of Israel did not leave in Egypt?
That's right.
Some of them loved Egypt so much that they stayed back.
Indeed.
Some of Israel's firstborn died
That's right.
because they did not put the blood on the doorpost.
That's right.
Some of the Egyptian and other nation firstborn were saved because they followed and clinged on to Israel.
That's it.
And it's the same formula today.
Yep. Even like that in 7 AD, the same way.
Same thing. Look, somebody say same thing.
Same thing.
These are things we're going to go over. Some things I love is, some things I love not. How do we put on and wear love? This ain't no cheesy message. This is a real message.
That's right.
Because he said, in the last days, iniquity is going to abound. Why? Lawlessness is going to abound. Why? Not because dudes are just simple. He said because of the love of men will wax cold.
That's it.
So love, we just read, is the bond of perfection that holds everything together. My wife is also, she makes sure I stay in time. I know, baby. Make sure. How important is love within our culture? We got to talk about that. The Bible says, love your neighbor even as you love yourself. First step, you got to learn to love yourself. And I don't mean that in a simple way. But you have to have some type of pride about who you are.
That's it. You right.
Because how you treat yourself is going to reflect on how you treat others. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
How important is this part of the fruit of the Spirit? I know because sometimes we say the fruits of the Spirit. It's not the fruits. It's the fruit.
That's it.
It's only one fruit.
Individual. That's it.
And each other, which you don't talk about, is a part of that one fruit. So if you don't have one, you ain't got the other.
You got the other.
How important is it when it comes, how important is love when it comes to the gifts of the Spirit? Because see, before the Most High can use me in the gifts of the Spirit, I must first master the fruit of the Spirit. Because if I don't master love, all that I do is in vain. I got faith that move mountains. If I don't have love, it means nothing. Because love is the bond of perfectness that holds everything together. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let's go. How does the Bible define love? 1 John 4:8. Beloved, let us love one another. Say love one another.
Love one another.
For love is of Yah. And everyone that loveth is born of Yah and knoweth Yah. He that loveth not knoweth not Yah. For Yah is love.
That's it.
And this was manifested the love of Yah towards us, because that Elohim sent his one and only begotten Son into the world. What world?
Israel world.
Israel.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
Wasn't nobody else.
That we might live through him. Herein is love. Not that we love Yah, but that he loved us. It's in his Son to be a preparation for our sins. So you can't get in the kingdom without Mashiach.
That's right.
You can be black as night, Hebrew. You had the blood of Hebrew flowing all through you, but if you try to get in any other way, you a thief and a robber.
That's it.
Beloved, if Yah so loved us, we ought to also love one another.
That's it.
God.
No man hath seen Yah at any time. If we love one another, Yah dwelleth in us, and his love is perfected
That's right.
in us. Therefore, if love is perfected in us, iniquity won't abound in our lives.
That's right.
Because iniquity abounds because the love of many waxes cold. Let's talk about what love is. Paul went in to elaborate on what love is. Further in 1 Corinthians 13, he defined the characteristics, say the characteristics. The characteristics of what love is. He said love suffers long. Love is kind.
That's it.
It rejoices in truth, or rejoices in the law. It bears all things, hopes all things, endures all things. That's love. Let somebody say that's love.
That's love.
Let's keep going. Within the same chapter, 1 Corinthians 13, Paul went on to describe what love is not. He said love does not envy. Say it doesn't envy.
That's it. We own that.
Love is not puffed up.
It's not
Man.
That pride is a killer.
Lord, say that.
You know, even sometimes, I may have pride. when it comes to directions. Come on, man, we know how we are. Wife sitting in the passenger seat, you want to try to tell me where to go? I know.
That's it.
Don't you just turn on Google
Get
Maps?
small
No.
Get on
You
small
ain't never
real
even
quick.
been here in this city. You talking about you know where to go. Pride.
Be on swole.
Then you get lost.
Right.
Then you pie on your face. Then you literally you put it in Google Maps.
I ain't got no Wi-Fi.
You don't see. Yeah, see, I told you.
Right.
You were listening to work? Okay. Yeah, you're right. This pride comes before what? Fall. Destruction. Love does not behave unseemly. I know we all got that one person at the job that if it was just the UFC ring, it'd be popping.
Remember them days?
But we can't behave unseemly. Because that's what they are expecting for us to do.
They sure do. You right about that.
You got to know how to tell somebody off in a very professional way. I've learned that. My mom taught me.
You right. You right. You right.
So, you know, some of these folks, first they look at me, you know, they don't think I'm educated. Well, let me give you something.
Yeah, spit it out.
Per the last email, that's how you got to talk. Per the last email, if you would look below, that's how you got to talk. You can't be going in, brother. Let's, you do the wrong thing, you ain't gonna have no job.
That's right. Yeah, it's good. You right about it.
So you got to know how to deal with them. You cannot behave unseemly. Yes, I know. I've been there. You get to that point, but you got to let the Ruach humble you. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It seeketh not its own. We talked about that. It thinketh no evil. This is things that love is not. And it never fails. Bible talks about how love covers a multitude of sins. Love. Look at somebody and say love.
Love.
The major ingredient. That I believe when Israel gets this part fixed, the Exodus is right around the corner.
Yes, sir.
See, but the Most High can't judge this nation until Israel falls out of love with this nation. You loving the wrong thing. You love this nation, but you hate your brother that's next to you. It doesn't work like that.
That's it.
Love. Look at somebody and say love.
Love.
Love. The important attire to wear. Paul dressed this up perfectly because he told us what love is supposed to look like.
That's right.
If you pay attention to the scripture in Colossians, Paul was showing you what to put on and what to put off.
That's it.
Colossians 3, he told us to put on some things. Kindness, forgiveness, love. He said you, as a believer, you are to wear these things. Dress yourself with them. Adorn yourself with them. Right? Now, we're not talking about, you walk around floating with a halo over your head. No. You still be yourself. Men, you still be men. Right? Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
We ain't gotta be, I don't know. Okay. I don't know how to talk like a white voice, like, hi, no. I don't know how to do that. Hey, how you doing? I know I talk professional, but still keep my manliness, right?
That's it.
I'm not performing to this nation no more.
That's it.
This nation not conform to what I do. I'm going to be professional about it. I'm not going to change up my vernacular because this person walked in. No, because if I'm like I am every day, who I am, I ain't got to change. Now, I can't be ignorant and think I'm ignorant. No, you can't do that. You will lose your job. It's already you lose your job.
That's right. Yeah, it's caught you out here quickly.
Like Dave Chappelle, when keeping it real goes wrong.
Security. That's it.
In verse 14, he said, now, those verses before verse 14, he chose to put on these things. Love, kindness. Then in verse 14, he sums it up and he says, above all things, say all things.
All things.
Put on love, say love.
Love.
In other words, love brings and holds everything together. Any questions so far?
You good. You're in good shape, Bob.
All right, good.
Keep bringing it out.
We see in chapter 3 how love is to be put on as a outer garment or finishing touch to a well-dressed covenant keeper. Because I don't care how many laws you keep. You keep all 613 plus. If you have not love, it means nothing.
That's right. And they can't do all this.
Can't do all that.
Them priests,
That's why we need the Ruach. Where we fall short,
Hallelujah.
he makes up for it.
that's right.
That's why we need the Shia. That if we sin, what's the definition of sin?
Transgression.
Transgression of the law. So if we transgress against the law, the Bible says we have an advocate. Say an advocate.
Advocate.
Which is Mashiach.
That's him.
Hallelujah.
Can't go there to the Most High on your own. Pride. Say pride.
Right.
That's Judah's problem.
That's your will.
Because after putting on the 8 things, because he named 8 things, in verses 10 through 13, he tells us to unite, bind, and cover all these things with love. Looking in the mirror. Always look in the mirror to make sure your outfit is complete. I know now some of y'all are like, yeah, I do. I look every day in the mirror. I look what? I'm in it, but I ain't talking about that mirror. I ain't talking about that outfit either.
Right.
Because that shows you how we take good care of our outer man.
The inner. That's what you tell me.
Make sure my fringes is good.
Right.
Make sure my kufi and my hat is good. Make sure my pants are good. My sneakers. I care very much about the physical mirror. But if the Bible was to give us the dress code and told us what to put on, then we should go to the mirror, which is the Word.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we should be able to see our reflection
That's
in
it.
Colossians chapter 3.
That's what Torah do. Reveal your nakedness.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
There's not one time I ever picked up the Word and said, wow, I'm pretty good. Not ever. Because every time I pick up the Word, there's always something I got to change. Something I got to adjust to. Because the mirror always shows you what's wrong with self. Before I looked in the mirror, I probably thought my shirt was together. But now I go look in the mirror, I see it's a little lopsided, so I got to adjust it. Same thing with the Word. Every time you look at it, that's why when you living in sin, you don't want to read it. Because it exposes.
That's right.
It is the light. Say the light.
The light.
The Bible says that the Word is a lamp to my feet and a light unto my path. So, if the Bible gives us a dress code, told us what to put on, then when we go to the mirror, which is the Word of God, then we should be able to see our reflection in Colossians chapter 3. Because there's certain things Colossians 3 told us to take off, and then there's some things that it told us to put on.
Hallelujah.
If we don't see our reflection, then we must ask the question,
That's it.
what are you in? And what do I have on? That's the question we have to ask. Because it's no matter how well dressed physically you are, if you don't have the right things according to the Word, you can miss something.
You right. You right.
You can miss the kingdom.
That's right.
Mr. Mark Real.
There's no way in the world you won't get in the kingdom hating white people.
That's why I left them camps.
So you know where that comes from? It's so funny. You got some of these brews that stand, not all of them, but some of them, they stand on the corner and they preach hatred towards the white man, but yet they're copying what the quote-unquote white man did
To us.
to us.
Woo, say that.
But we are not to copy other nations because the Most High showed us how we're going to run the kingdom. You having other nations come and lick your boot. Why? Because they did it to you back then. And you are nothing but a copycat.
That's it.
The Most High don't make copycats. He makes originals. Say originals.
Original.
And because they ran this world the wrong way, we're going to show them how to do it the right way. Say the right way. The right way, the holy way, the loving way. But the problem is, they hate their oppressors so much, they're becoming it.
You right.
and have fallen in love, which was sent to destroy him. The Father said, a true earthly father expects their children to dress appropriately.
That's it.
Also, mothers too.
Yep.
We're talking about fathers in the home because usually, and I worked when I was in New York, I was a dean over a school, and when I was there, I can look at the men and tell just by the way they look and act that father's not in the home.
Right.
If that father is in the home, that father's weak. Because our kids is a reflection of what we do. Mothers do, but mainly fathers. If we expect our children to dress appropriately, how much more does the Heavenly Father require us to put on the right things and take off the wrong things? One of the main problems is this. Many think they look good with the wrong stuff on. Now, working in the school, I used to call it, you had these young boys, you can be sagging. I mean, they wear it to their ankles now.
Yep, they do.
I used to call it prison lingerie.
That's what it is.
When I call it prison lingerie, they pull it up. And that's where it comes from. It comes from the prison system. All that means is that you're available for action. So I said, man, I'm going to just take a picture. I know a guy around my way just did 25 years, and he'd love to see that. So anytime I see him sagging, I just pull out there, like, what you pulling up for? But there's no way you can tell them they ain't look good. They thought they was the fly dookie stain on the drawers and you just sag. But to them, they think, oh man, I'm the freshest thing walking. They think they look good with the wrong stuff on. Same thing in our we pray culture. We got the wrong stuff on sometimes. We think we still look good. But we have to take off some things and make sure we are putting on the right things. Say the right things.
Right.
Put on the right stuff. Colossians 3:10 and 13. And after we put on these things, put on the covering that binds everything together. Love. Look at somebody say love.
Love.
Love. Love. The characteristics of love. We almost finished. Are you wearing it? People will know if you are wearing it because love carries special characteristics. The fruit of the Spirit. We're going to go a little deeper in this. Galatians chapter 5, 22 through 23. But the fruit of the Ruach is love. Say love.
Love.
Joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance, and against such there is no law.
That's it.
Paul mentions love first for a reason. He mentions love first for a reason. Why? Because all those other things are characteristics of love. Let's look at the precepts. Remember, love is the covering and bond of perfectionist that brings all things together. Right? We know that 1 Corinthians 13 shows us the definition of love. It also shows within 1 Corinthians 13 the other 8 parts of the fruit of the Ruach from Galatians 5, summed up in one word. Say one word.
One word.
And we're gonna go through it. Galatians 5 talks about the fruit of the Ruach, but if we look closely, we'll see that 1 Corinthians 13 speaks of the fruit also. Let's see. Love. Let's compare the two. Galatians 5, 22 to 23. One of the fruit of the Spirit is what? Long suffering. Let's see if we can find that in one of the characteristics of love. Say love suffers long. It's a characteristic. Say characteristic.
Peace.
Say peace. It's one of the fruit of the Spirit.
Right.
Verse 5 and 13 said, love is not easily provoked.
That's right.
See, it's hard to provoke someone when they have peace of mind.
That's right.
That's why I say, let this mind be in you, which is also in Mashiach.
That's right.
Goodness, say goodness.
Goodness.
Goodness is one of the fruit of the Ruach. 1 Corinthians 13, it says, love thinketh no evil. Galatians 5, 22 through 23, one of the fruits is gentleness. Say gentleness.
Gentleness.
Verse 7 and 13, it said, love bears all things. Say all things.
All things.
It can take all things. Now, no, we're not talking about somebody spitting on you. No, we're not talking about you let somebody disrespect your family. No, take care of your business. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Get strapped. Be strapped. Stay strapped. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
For real. Because other nations, they ready.
They show it.
They ready. I always tell the ox of using gluten-free birth assembly, even though you have a license to carry, open carry, do not open carry.
That's it, man. That shows a setup.
Because that's just a setup.
That's it.
You walking around in Walmart with that open carry, police officer say, no, I'm going to pull him over and just say he went for his gun.
Right.
And I'm going to kill him.
That's it.
Because they doing it. They killed another man, I forgot what city. They found out the young boy was running away from the police, shot him 3 times in fact, teenager. They're killing us. But then they tell the parents you can't beat him. Y'all can kill him, but we can't beat him. No, the Bible says you shall beat the child and he shall not die. I believe in beats. Look, somebody, I believe in beats. I beats. I don't just beat the child now. Because I probably whooped for 1 minute, but the other 59 minutes we talking.
That's it.
So I want to explain to you why I'm doing what I'm doing.
That's how my mom did.
Because my mom always told me I beat you so the police don't have to.
That's it.
My mom was a single parent. My mom, she was quick with these. She just walk up, pop. You know, leaking. Pick up your teeth, go sit down.
Hands put on you.
Right?
Hands put on you quick.
But they killing us.
Yes.
So men, get strapped. Don't get with these crazy Democrats
I know.
talking about gun laws. Ain't no party for you.
That's it.
Left wing, right wing, still the same bird, flying in the same direction. It's just a different side of the wing.
That's it.
And how many people used to watch wrestling when they were young?
No, I did.
How did you feel when you found out wrestling was fake?
Very disappointed.
Oh my God, these dudes know each other outside here. Yo, Hulk Hogan, smile with them. I seen him on an interview one day. I was just distraught. See, I can't believe this is fake. That's politics. Hey, politics.
Politics.
They could be debating out in front, having a strong debate, but behind the curtain they having tea and coffee, making you think you have the power to choose. And then you always run across some rules. Yo, yeah, I'm not knocking. If you want to vote, go ahead and vote. You know, I'm not knocking you. You know what I'm saying? Just telling you about me, right? Because here's the thing when it comes to politics. They really could care less. Now, here's what happens. Every president, and I know some people like Obama, they're more power to you. I didn't vote for Obama. I didn't vote for anyone. Because instead of Obama did more for LGBT community, he did for us. You had crazy folk thinking they didn't have to pay bills no more when Obama became president. Now, I did feel happy when I seen him, oh man, one of us is up there. Yeah, oh man, this is our is over for this and that. Oh, hallelujah. You got to understand the setup of the Most High. Now, if you go back to Egypt, the time that Israel was in Egypt, they had 70 good years because Joseph was in power. Now, the Most High didn't called for the Exodus at that time because it would have been hard to convince Israel to leave Egypt because they had a leader that they liked.
Yep. Good point.
Then the Bible goes on to say there rose up a Pharaoh that did not know Joseph and did not know the Elohim. And they began to make lies about Israel and began to persecute Israel. So the Most High had to get Israel uncomfortable right before the Exodus, because then when the Most High said it's time to go, he ain't have to, oh yeah, let's get a body, because they crazy. Obama, imagine the 400-year mark hit when Obama was in office. Boy, most of us would stay. No, we got a black president. Nah. But now, the Most High has raised up a Pharaoh that don't like us at all. And folks, that was Most High's sick to get Israel uncomfortable right before the Exodus. Love. That's why I say love.
Love.
Joy. 1 Corinthians 13. Love rejoices in truth. You see in the precepts? Faith. It's one of the fruit of the Spirit. Verse chapter 13. Believes all things. That's what love does. What I'm showing you is how love is summed up in the fruit of the Spirit, and how the fruit of the Spirit is summed up in the definition of love. So if you don't have love, you don't have the fruit of the Ruach.
That's it.
Meekness, say meekness.
Meekness.
Love wanteth not itself. Meekness means you have power under control. Moses was a man of meekness. Mashiach was a man of meekness.
Hallelujah.
Remember when Hasatan came to him, was like, man, if you're hungry, turn these stones to bread. Fasting 40 days.
40 days.
Man, 2 days, I would turn them stones into cheesecake and what? You don't think I could do it? Fine. That's what I'm talking about. That's why the Most High didn't choose me. 40 days, no food. 40 days. I did 21 days, but 40? What? Hasatan come to me? I bet you can't turn these stones to bread. What? I got the power. Ain't nobody looking. Come on. But Mashiach had meekness. He had power under control. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Temperance. Love does not behave unseen. These are the fruit of the Spirit. This is the fruit of the Spirit, not the fruits. The fruit, because the main fruit consists of is love. Because love holds all these things together. So if there's one thing you're falling short of within the fruit of the Spirit, that means you have a problem with love. You can't say you love your brother or sister if you can't bear all things from them. Now, I'm not saying you can allow somebody to treat you any kind of way. Because you can love them but not trust them. I love my uncle. But my uncle can't go up in my house because my uncle likes to steal. So now, uncle, you got to stay downstairs, brother. Yeah. Yeah, you can eat, yeah. Go ahead, eat. What? Yeah. Come on, you come in and watch it. Nah, bro, you can't go upstairs. The bathroom right here. That's for you. Oh, yeah, they can go upstairs. You can't. No, you can't, huh? I love you. I don't have to trust you. I don't care. Child molester coming. I love you, brother, sister. But you gave anybody yourself one kid. Oh, yeah, you forgive it. But I don't trust you in this area of my life. You can still love them. That's why you can still love them.
Still love them.
Because it's, listen, here's the thing. Now, okay. Love, the most important than all. More important than any fruit or gift. Fruit is not complete without love. You can't have no fruit of the Spirit without love. Because whatever you do, if you don't have love, it means nothing. Gifts of the Ruach should not be exercised without love. But you can prophesy, you can have faith. The gift of faith that moves mountains. But if you have not love, it means nothing. With our assembly growing in Houston, we're close to about 100 and some people. And, you know, with this many people, you know, I'm like, man, we gotta start putting people in position to take care of this, take care of that, you know. I'm looking at both sides, put the 70 up, and, you know, more, we need help, and we got willing eyes. But the most I stopped me, I had to address the assembly. I said, we will not be putting anybody in position until we deal with personal issues.
That's it.
Because see, what can happen is a person will use a position to position themselves in the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
And then, no matter how much issues they have, they won't respond to you correcting them because they will feel, because I'm in this position, the Most High is using me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm singing and I'm clapping, because I'm teaching, and they saying, amen, the Most High is using me, so ain't nothing wrong with me. I always say everybody's born with a gift and everybody's born with an issue.
That's it.
But the problem is we lift up people's gifts while ignoring the issue.
Wow.
And then when we lift them up so high, that's why the fall is so great. That's why you have these pastors in the churches. They lift it up so high. Oh, they're the number one pastor in the world. But then we find out it's still with little boys. Because it was an issue that nobody ever dealt with. We ignore his issue as long as his gift can benefit us. But no, I need people. Just as much encouragers I need coaches to tell me when I'm wrong.
That's it. I say that all the time.
Because gifts, you could be lifted up, but your issue is never dealt with. I always use Robin Williams as an example, or movie stars. You see these movie stars, they got billions of dollars, but they commit suicide.
Sure do.
And you're like, man, why? Why are they committing suicide? Because there's an issue that they have that no one is dealing with. They're laughing at all their jokes. They're clapping, but no one sees the real me when I'm out in front of the camera. Who's going to help me with me? I can't come out and expose me because they love my gift and they disregard my issue. But we're not going to do that within the Hebraic culture.
That's right.
Because we're going to address the issue.
That's it.
We'll celebrate your gift. But if your issue becomes a problem, then you may not be able to use your gift for some time. You may have to sit down. Say, sit down.
Sit down.
Order. Say, order.
Order.
It's important. Because if we do this, all we're doing is repeating the cycle of the church. Because this brother knows how to sing or teach, we can let him sing and teach, even though he's sleeping with all the boys.
Right.
Nobody sees that. No. He's sleeping with all the, no. We're going to deal, no, bro, we're not going to do, you got to sit down.
That's right.
But you got to get delivered, say delivered.
That's right.
And then, once you get delivered and your issue is dealt with, you're not going to be perfect. You may not be perfect, whatever the issue is, but it's going to be dealt with. And then, once we see you utilizing your gift, and we see that issue come back up, come back, sit down.
That's it.
Same thing with me.
With all.
Hallelujah.
Everybody, say everybody.
Everybody.
Because I may have a gift for whatever it is. But there's an issue I have to deal with also. I had to deal with it. Because I refuse to stand up and give a word to the Most High people while I'm secretly dealing with the issue.
Hallelujah.
I refuse to stand up here and speak to you and I'm secretly watching pornography. I refuse to stand up here and proclaim what the Most High is saying and I'm sleeping with another girl inside of my wife. I refuse to stand here and speak to you about the word and I treat my car better than I treat my wife. Yah forbid.
Hallelujah.
How dare I? But we have to look in the mirror. Say the mirror. Because the mirror will expose. What is the mirror? The word of the Most High.
Hallelujah.
See, the Most High will never expose you openly unless he's dealt with you secretly. He's always going to deal with you secretly first. Hey, just, man. Listen, brother. Leave this alone. Leave this alone. Don't do that. Go back and do it again. Okay, grace. All right. All right, brother. Stop playing with me. See, we think Most High is grace. Don't you like this? Stop playing. I'm exposing you. The Most High's not exposing you to hurt you. He's exposing you to help you.
That's it. That's it.
Hallelujah.
Because he could have took you out right then and there while he was in the sin. But he chose, you know what? I'm having an aunt or an uncle to come and talk to him or her about this issue. And when he come and talk, I'm going to see what he's going to deal with. That's why it's important for each and every one of you in here under the sound of my voice to be in tune with the Most High. You know why? Because I need you.
Hallelujah.
Because there may be an issue I may be dealing with that I have too much pride to come forward and say, man, I'm watching pornography on the side. And because nobody knows that, because nobody's in tune with the Most High, that issue gets hidden. But if you all are in tune, you can come to me and say, listen, Maurice, I don't know what it is, pray on it, but this is what the Most High is dealing with me about. You know, he's seeing you dabbling with this, you know, just pray on it. You don't get up and expose it in front of everybody. You go to them secretly, you know, pray on that gift. Now I know the Most High is concerned because he is tapped into a person that's in tune to him, that's going to come talk to me, how the Most High can talk to me.
Powerful.
Now we can't get no attitude when that person comes.
Right.
Especially if they're coming with the correct garment on, with love. Say love.
Love.
You can say anything to anybody if you say it in the right way.
That's heavy.
So I need each and every one of you. Your brother or sister next to you needs you. They need you to be in tune with the Most High. Because they may need to hear the word the Most High gave you to give them. Because the Most High been talking to them personally, but they're not responding.
Wow.
So the Most High sends you because you are in tune with them to talk with them.
Praise Yah.
So be in tune with the Most High. Why?
Hallelujah.
Because I need you. It's important for your relationship to be intact because mine may be shaky. So you may draw sunny pictures of me, but when you draw the sunny pictures, you got to draw the shadows too.
That's right.
Because the shadows bring depth to the picture. So show me my shadows.
That's it.
There was a time where I called, it was just last year. Well, I called all my closest friends, the ones that's in tune to the Most High. I said, I need you for the next 7 days to call me and tell me what I am doing wrong. I don't want to hear about what I'm doing right. I want to hear about, man, bro, this was good. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I just need to hear it. Because guess what? Pride get linked up in my head if I'm not hearing what I'm doing wrong. Oh, I'm teaching them myself. Yeah. Pride can get lifted up in my head if I don't never hear, just you this. You're doing wrong. You're not doing. If all I hear is you're good. I have an ego. Say an ego. Every man has that.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And if it gets stroked often, because my wife strokes my ego often. Oh, baby, you the best. You the finest man. I say, I'm going off to work. Baby, you fine. Work. And guess what? When I get to work and the other women say you fine, yeah, I know my wife told me that. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important. Yeah, men, you got to shower your wife with the compliments. A woman, stroke your man ego. He needs it. Because guess what? There's a lot of pretty women at the job. Oh, see, we won't be real. It's pretty women at my job. But because my wife does everything, she strokes, baby, you don't fuck, no matter what the women say, there's nothing they can say that can move me because my wife tells me everything.
Hallelujah.
So guess what? Let me get God on this too. This is a flip side to that. It's just like that. I need to tell her how beautiful she is, how wonderful she is, how much I appreciate it. Because guess what? The mailman coming by the house late. And he may look better than I do.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure I tell her everything. Because no matter how good that mailman look, ain't nothing he gonna be able to say that I haven't told my wife already. Hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Because man, we can't treat our car better than we treat our wives.
Right.
Oh, let somebody, let little Junior nick the car. You go outside, rub your car. You call her Betty, you okay? Your wife is sick. You like it. Yeah. You all right? All right, I'm about to go out. I'll be back. No. The Most High will hold you accountable.
He sure will. You right about that.
My wife, she teased me all the time with it. Say, you know what? If we ever argue, the Most High ain't gonna hear your prayers. He ain't say that to me. And I said, like, you know what? You right. So let me humble myself.
That's that pride. That's that pride.
That's that pride. Because the Bible didn't say he gonna hear the prayers of the wife. It said he gonna hear the prayers of you, husband, if you don't treat her with love. Oh, you gotta submit.
Yeah.
Right, but right before that, it says, husbands, love your wives, even as Mashiach loved the called out.
That's it. Say that.
That's the order. We don't talk about order. That's the order. Love your wives as Mashiach has loved you. So there were things that I should have been dead for. But Mashiach loved me so much, he forgave me for it. So why can I forgive my wife for that? Yeah, it do get hard sometimes, but I got to do it. I got to make sure I'm wearing the correct things.
God.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right, I'm like, give me okay, baby. Matthew, we'll wrap up here. 22, 38 through 40. Yeshua said unto him, thou shalt love Yahuwah thy Elohim with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
Hallelujah.
Your whole self. Say your whole self.
Your whole self.
This is the great commandment, and the second is like it unto. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang the law and the prophets.
Hallelujah.
You love your brothers.
You got to understand what that scripture says. That scripture is not saying the law is done away with. So if you just do love my neighbor as myself, love, then I complete the whole law. No, it's not saying that. That scripture is letting you know that the law is the representation of the door. Say the door. The Torah is the door. Say the door. That's why Mashiach said, I am the door, right? Because we know according to John chapter 1 verse 14, he said the word dwelt among us and became what? Flesh. The Torah dwelt among us and became flesh. That's why Mashiach called himself the door. But he said that door, I don't care how big you see a door. The door could be as beautiful. You have a door as big as this wall. But the door must hang on hinges. Love the neighbor as yourself. Love Yahuwah, thy Elohim, with all thy heart, mind, body, and soul are the hinges that the door hangs on. So often, many Christians are so focused on the hinges, they forget about the door they got to walk through. And if you don't walk through that door, you'll miss what's behind that door.
That's right.
There's not one time I looked at a door and admired its hinges before I looked at the door and went through. Oh my, do you see the hinges on this thing? No. Who does that? You're looking at the door and the door's so beautiful you may want to go through the door. The law is the door that we must walk through. These two commandments are the hinges that the door hangs on. So we can't get it twisted. Yes, love Elohim with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. Love your neighbor as yourself. Those are two great commandments. Why? Because if in actuality, the 10 commandments is about your brother or sister, leave the 6 of them, and then 4 of them is towards Elohim. So if you're doing everything in love, it's hard to do something the wrong way. But we have to make sure we are loving. Say loving.
Loving.
When we doing this series on my assembly, I explain to them the only way we are going to grow is by loving one another.
Hallelujah.
There's no way someone's going to come from the outside and want to be part of this if they don't feel the love that's within. We have to make sure we are loving. I tell the house all the time, new I come in and I see how you been doing. I don't know who new here, but shalom. I see everybody going, man, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat. That's what we have to do. But But the Shabbat Shalom only ends here. You have to stay in contact. Continue to love that person even after the Shabbat is over.
That's it.
Because a lot of people, they're getting pulled two ways. Muslims are pulling them. The Kemetic people are pulling them. And then we're pulling them. The one that shows that person the love the most is the one that's going to win. That's why it's important. We can't save nobody from drowning if we can't swim ourselves. There's no way we can go get other nations to come within if we are not fixed within ourselves. It's time, Judah. It's time, Israel, to come together. Where's it going to start? First, it's going to start with self. Say self.
Self.
It's going to start with me. I got to make sure my stuff is fixed when I go look at the mirror. Then, once I get me fixed, it starts with my household. Say my household. I got to make sure I'm in line with what the Bible says of how I'm supposed to run my household. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Not only just loving my wife, but not provoking my children to anger. I got to make sure I'm loving my children. I can't be a workaholic. I'm just a provider. No. I'm dad. I want to see everything. If I got to work, yo, baby, record it. All my sons play football. I want every practice recorded because I want to go over with them when I get home. Because I want to let them know how much I care, how much it's important to me. Then once I get home fixed, guess what? We ain't got to fix the assemblies. Because the assemblies is going to be fixed because what makes up the assemblies is families. So once our household is fixed, the assemblies will be fixed. It's within before we can go out. Stay out. Love. Put on love. The reason why I'm saying talk to is this is going to start within the homes first. Then trickle out into the assemblies. After the assemblies, trickle out into all the world. Into the four corners. Into the nations. I don't care how much we preach this gospel. If we don't have love, it means nothing. Two sticks can't come together until each separate stick get it together.
That's it.
Let's start, Israel. 400 years is up.
That's it.
Love. Love is not love until it's given away. You can say you love all day, but if you don't show love,
That's it.
you cannot prove love. Hallelujah.